Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4, and we're going to be taking part in the Darkside of Japan particular challenges, and for some strange reason I have never touched this particular category, and I think I remembered why. There was a lot of MT-10s to be done in this fantastic track, so unfortunately I couldn't get the job done. Now this is one of the last couple of videos that I recorded on my QHD monitor before trying to swap over to 4K. Now unfortunately 4K for Ride 4 is really poorly optimised, so I am having difficulties with recording my gameplay within 4K, but I do believe I'll be able to find a fix eventually, and once that happens I'll be able to show you some native 4K gameplay, because unfortunately I do actually upscale my QHD content to 4K, so it's not quite native. But nonetheless, it still looks very good. I just want to make sure I can record the actual native 4K, because it makes a difference. I really think it does. And I just wanted to play some Ride 4. It's getting very close to touching the wall there. And can you believe it? We got a penalty for touching that wall. I mean, someone really seen that and gone, no, give that man 58,000th of a second of penalty. That's quite unbelievable. But yeah, today's video, of course, is actually a normal standard Ride 4 video. I have decided to retire the weekly challenges on Ride 4. I don't think they're really that special anymore. Most of the tracks I've done already, or it's just sort of bikes that we've done many times before, and it's getting a little bit repetitive for me, and I'm not a fan of just the constant thing over and over again. I like to change things up every now and again. I do like some sort of consistency and some sort of pattern and routine, but I don't know, I'm just not really particularly enjoying the weekly challenge anymore. I think now I've got to 50 and it's still continuing. Yeah, I don't think I'm too bothered anymore. Maybe I'll compete with them, maybe I won't, but I just recorded the Northwest 200, got a lap time of a such and such 4:14 to the lap 4 minutes 14. I actually don't remember what the lap time was, but it was a very good lap, and I actually kind of hated doing it, to be quite honest with you, because I enjoyed the race, I enjoyed the bike, it was a good combination, but unfortunately I was just having issues recording it, so I ended up recording it like 3 or 4 times, and it left me on a really sour note to the fact that I just didn't want to do it anymore. So unfortunately I'm not going to be doing any more laps on the Northwest 200 with the Kawasaki. I will definitely do it in a different video if you wanted to see that, but not for the purpose of the weekly challenge, because it just left a sour taste in my mouth having to see that the GPU usage of my RTX 2080 Super when playing Ride 4 is always super high. Compared to the other milestone games from MotoGP to Hot Wheels to MXGP and Monster Supercross, they are brilliantly supported for 4K. The load gets up to about 80% on most high settings, even whilst recording on a 2080 Super and a Ryzen 7 3700X. So Ride 4 is definitely the outlier in that one, where it's just a little bit older. It's not as new and fresh as the new Unreal Engine that we've got for the other bike games from Milestone, so I guess that's probably the issue. But I will try and find a fix, and if I have to make the content in 4K and then downscale it to QHD, if that's possible, I think so, I don't know. I'll definitely fix something, and we'll sort it out nonetheless. But as far as Ride 4 goes, we had a fantastic stream at the weekend. A little bit odd, we had a few issues with frame rates, and I think I've managed to figure out what was the issue on that one. I've been streaming in QHD for quite a while, and for some reason with Ride 4's excessive load, etc., it just got a little bit too clogged, if you will, and I've been able to sort it out, and I'll be streaming from 1080p on the streams from now on. I was streaming at QHD, but I don't think many people take advantage of a QHD stream. If you're one of those people, let me know. And of course, actually, if you are the proud owner of a 4K television or a phone that outputs at 4K, do you watch my content in 4K? That is my question for you, and if you do, let me know in the comments section down below. But we're now going to the right hand side for the Moorish Hill, a little bit wide there upon the exit, on board the Yamaha MT-10. Fantastic motorcycle. If you've not used it, I would definitely recommend giving it a try, and I'd definitely give it a try here in this dark side of Japan. Now I know Macau can be a little bit off-putting for many riders, but it's a really good track once you get to know it. It's a very tight, it's very difficult, it is difficult, but it's nowhere near as hard as the likes of the Nordschleife or even Ulster, for that matter. I think Northwest 200 and Nordschleife, quite possibly the toughest one, because you have to really maintain that concentration for a long period of time, and unfortunately they do have a lot of parts where it's kind of boring. such as the straight on Northwest 200, well, the mini straights of Northwest 200, and that absolutely ridiculously long straight in the Nordschleife. You know exactly which one I mean. So, yeah, without those parts, the tracks would be a little bit better, but it is what it is, and I guess we're not going to discuss that now. And of course, if you want to discuss anything with me, let me know in the comment section down below. More than happy to have a chin wag with the aces. So maybe you're struggling on something, or maybe you want to see something in particular, let me know in the comment section down below. I've got the top 10 videos coming out very soon as well, and that's another reason why I'm thinking move on from the weekly challenges. I can focus on different Ride 4 content rather than hogging a day of a weekly challenge that, quite frankly, not many people tackle anymore. I was looking at my friends list the other day and comparing it to the previous months, and it's about 50% less than what it used to be. I used to have literally every single friend I've got within Ride 4 on PC, of course, on Steam, competing for the weekly challenges, and now it's only the odd few. So that's kind of encouraged me as well, and the round number of 50 I think is sufficient. I'm happy with that, but unfortunately I'm not really talking much about the particular Grand Prix that you're seeing ahead of you, because there just isn't that much to talk about. It's a dominating performance from the get-go on board the Yamaha, in a bike that I very much enjoy. And I really like the combination of the leathers. I went for the Kushitani ones. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, probably not. But here in the Big in Japan, excuse me, not Big in Japan, that's the song by Alphaville back in the 80s. The old Big in Japan. I don't know if you know that one. If you do, shout out to knowing some classic 80s tunes. But the Darkside of Japan is the particular one I'm trying to do. It's the one next to the Bridgestone Cup in their Ride 4 career mode, and I've got to say, I've been putting it off for a while and I'm rather enjoying this. I do like a good solid night race where the entire track is lit up with the floodlights and you're relying on your own lights in your motorcycle to keep your vision going. I rather like that. And, as mentioned by Whizbang quite recently, actually, he's a fan of it just as much as I am. Never mind, I've just gone down as we just collapse going into the Melco hairpin. I completely lost all concentration on that particular moment, and the front end went bloody warm with the stock tyre. But I was going to mention Whizbang 80, and as he mentioned a while ago, he does appreciate night races where it's actually dark so you struggle to see, and I'm very much the same vein of that. Some players will decide to put up the brightness so they can see better. I toy with the idea, but I like the immersion. I like the immersion of it looking dark and actually having a bit of difficulty to see. This backfired for me in the championship in the Super Veloce, but it doesn't really matter for me. And the most important part is the immersion and the experience of playing this fantastic video game. So now onto the left-hand side we'll go ever so briefly, and we'll now bring on the power. So bring on the music as well going around this corner in just a moment's time. So if you bring on the acceleration, keep it nice and tight, just let go of the acceleration, maybe chuck a little bit of brake on whatever you tend to fancy, and keep an eye out to the left-hand side to listen to some banging tunes. Okay, it was very brief. I think you still hear it again here in a moment's time. There you go. I don't know where it's coming from or what generic tune that is. If any of you have played Hitman, it sounds like the very generic tune that they play in the nightclub in that one for the showstopper mission. I guess it's not really a show. It's not exactly a nightclub. It's more of an entertainment zone for a model convention, something like that. It's the very first mission of Hitman. It's the showstopper. But after being in the Discord server the other day and mentioning Vass, and no one knew who Vass was, what the hell happened then? What? Okay, so it's not exclusive to Ride 4 Online to get rather bizarre crashes that don't make any sense. I don't think I was too close to that wall, but hey ho, it is what it is. So a second lap in succession rather has gone to heck to a handbasket, and there's not much we can do about it. We'll just try and improve on the final lap rather than this penultimate lap. But yes, a few of my viewers didn't know who Vass was from Far Cry 3, and that pained me deeply. One of my favourite antagonists in a video game ever. But now on the right hand side for turn 19, just approaching 10 past 10 here in China for Macau. I do believe it's in China, I may have got that completely wrong, so that's why I'm a bit confused. It's the dark side of Japan. I don't know. Geography is certainly not my best sort of category or knowledge lessons for anyone. I certainly won't be teaching anyone anything about anything soon, so yeah. And I've just noticed as well, I got a little bit distracted there. It's still 9 minutes past 10. How long is this minute? What? I'm so confused. Have I been talking for like ages and it's still 9 minutes past 10. Is it ever going to change? But I don't know. But bring on the power. We'll decide to start the final lap in a moment's time. The tyres aren't looking too promising now. The stock tyres that have been put on this motorbike are beginning to fade. We'll have one more lap, of course, so I think the bike will hang on to the very end. And of course, smooth throttle control from here on out and smooth braking should get us through this one without any issues, I would say. But into first place we are still, and I think we may get onto the 10-second lead mark in a moment's time, just ahead of Yuki Uchimura and Lei D. I do apologise if I pronounce that wrong. I always give it a best shot, but unfortunately I think I messed it up in that one. So braking at the 200-metre zone, I may have gone too late here. It's going to be tight to break it in. Ooh, chucking in the rear brake there just to try and slow this motorcycle down. I don't think I'm going to improve the lap time here. This bike doesn't feel too good anymore. It's sort of asking to be just taken home and put to bed. I don't think it's fancying going for another run or any more laps after this one, so I guess it's going to be just try and improve, but don't go too erratic on it, I guess. That would sort of make more sense. We'll now go to the right-hand side, keep it rather tight for maternity, and then bring on the acceleration once more. Shout out to that cameraman on the left-hand side. He's always seemed to be there here in Macau. As we now bring on the power, we are down by 0.6 of a second, and I've run it a little bit deeper again. Yeah, the brakes, it's not looking promising anymore. Not at all. The tyre is asking to go home. It really is. It is at this point, at least. It's going down to the bottom. Single digits, actually, as a matter of fact. 9% on the rear, 11 on the front, but I do not think... I've gone wide here. That may be a crash. Oh, I really tried to stop it there. Goodness me. Wow. I have a plan in that particular corner to always brake at the zebra crossing before it and then slowly apply the brakes. But I went a little bit late that time. I don't know why I'm pushing as if I've got plenty of tyre. We've just discussed how little amount of times we just bumped the wall once again. But I do like the fact that we do have the Marco Simoncelli amount of penalty time there. I'm happy that we've got that there. I better not get any more penalty time and ruin that, because that would be an absolute disaster. But we now go on the left-hand side. I don't think that tyre is going to hold on to the double digits anymore. It will soon make its way to the same spot that the rear tyre did, again to the single digits. So 10% on the front, 8% on the rear, but it doesn't really matter because we are charging down the back straight with a 12.5 second lead. We're going to bring on the brakes once more and chuck it into the right-hand side, for the corner is labelled R. Bring on the power, bring on the wheelie. That is another belting victory here in Macau, this time with the big in Japan. I've said it again, it's the dark side of Japan. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and a little bit of a brief chat about everything and nothing. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below. And of course, if you really enjoyed the content, hit the like button and also subscribe as well. Thanks for watching and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.